Music, where we talk about lots of fun things. And today we are definitely looking at Halloween, and it is tomorrow officially. And then we got the All Saints Day and All Souls Day, but of course, the entire month of October, and in some places, the entire month of September is all about everything Halloween. And one of those things are ghosts. That is my theme for this month. And I have with me to talk about ghost stories none other than Maury.
Hello.
And Eddie.
Eddie.
Hello.
Hello. Coming from a faraway state called Georgia. And
Yes.
the South is here today. And we have in the chat, we have Snorta Poopus Cooper. Hello. We love our animals here at Miss Martin Music. And
Hey,
he's saying
Snorta
hello.
Oh, look at that's cool. Is that polar bear?
We're in it. Yeah, it's getting cold up there, but at least you get to see the northern lights this time of year, Snortopoopas. So always good to see you. Yes, indeed, indeed. Well, here we are here to talk about ghosts. Now, real and imagined, there is something about ghosts that have always been around with us. It makes a major part of folk tales, and nonetheless, every city that you have, rather, every city you will find, every small town that there is a resident ghost, or every old house has alleged stories, or old hotels have stories of ghosts. Battlefields will talk about ghosts. We have shows like Ghost Hunters. You have ghost movies talking about spirits from the other world. And then, of course, the whole Halloween where, all the spooks are all out and about. So we're going to tell some of our local stories, some real, maybe, or not so real. Who knows? That is everyone here to judge. That's why I say in the chat, what is your ghost story? If you have a ghost story, specifically a real ghost story or some folklore that you want to share, please do so. But today, our first thing is going to be from Eddie. Eddie has something to say.
Oh, well, we were going to talk about the when we were in high school. When I was in high school, my high school job was I worked at a movie theater, and it was in the Brunswick Mall, and it was a Jerry Lewis cinema at one time. Jerry Lewis, theaters that showed only family films, G-rated things, and such as that. Didn't really work, so the Georgia Theater Company ended up buying the theater, and that's when we were there. And it was a great place for high school kids. All of us, I had like multiple cousins that worked there and classmates and so forth. But one of the things that we would do as the projectionists, when the movies would come in, they would come in on 35 millimeter film, and there would be reels of film, and then we had a semi-automated system, so we would take the little reels, put them together into as few bigger reels as we could, and then we could run the movie with fewer changeovers. Well, we got in The Exorcist. We were running that. We were the first theater in town, and we had it because the reason being we only had about 100 seats, and they would put the bigger films that were going to do well in the smaller rooms because the longer you kept the film, the less expensive it was to rent for the film company and for the theater and so forth. So the longer you could keep it, so you put it in the smaller rooms, it stays longer. We'd have movies that would run for weeks, in the theater. But so what we did, when we put the films together, we would usually, if we were going to do a big film, something like The Exorcist or Jaws or things like that, we would put the film together, and then the opening, the night before the opening, we would show the movie. We would watch it ourselves to make sure that when we had joined the reels together, all the splices were good and the movie wasn't going to break down in the middle of the showing with a theater full of folks. So it was common that we would watch movies, after the theaters closed down on Thursday night. Well, we were doing this with The Exorcist, and it was a great way to see that film. There was maybe 6 or 7 of us. I don't remember. There just weren't that many folks. It was all theater employees, and we were watching The Exorcist at midnight.
Oh,
in the night before, and it was such a trip. And then we're watching the film, okay, and it's blowing our minds clear. But the security guard that worked the mall had a black Great Dane puppy that he took to work with him. Well, we're in there watching the movie, and he comes in to see what what's going on, and he had the dog with him, and all we know is that we're watching the film, and you hear this, and then you see popcorn boxes flying up in the air, and drink cups jumping, and this scraping sound and carrying on, and we're like absolutely freaking out. And then we look over and see the security guard, and of course it's his puppy that finally gets to our aisle and runs over and jumps on us, and everything. So it was semi frightening, but. And I have to confess to something. There's a scene in The Exorcist where the priest is sleeping and he dreams of his mother coming up out of a subway, and then she turns around and walks back down. A recently departed mother. And right in that scene there's about 10 frames of the face of the demon that pops into. It's one of those subliminal things. If you blink, you'll miss it. But when we were putting the film together, cutting the reels up, I went and looked through the reel that had that scene in it and got me a frame of the demon face. That is,
yeah, now there's 9.
Now there's only 9 frames of it in that particular print. So it may have been a short representation, or at least a frame shorter, yeah, and thing. And that thing is probably still in a box somewhere with mementos and things from the past. But that was an interesting and fun time. We did Jaws the same way. We watched it in the middle of the night and had a heart attack when that face popped out of the hole in the little boat. Oh
yeah.
My goodness.
And didn't he
Ben
say,
Gardner.
yes, the y'all running in the theater, that Staley went in front of a girl and grabbed her arm.
Oh, no, that was right. That was during Carrie. Not Carrie. Was it Carrie?
Yeah, Carrie.
Carrie.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, Carrie, where Amy Irving's going up to the grave, and she's laying flowers down, and a hand reaches up and grabs her by the wrist.
Yes.
It's a jump scare right at the end of the film and all. But Ray snuck down the aisle in the theater and got next to somebody that he knew, and right as that hand reached up, he grabbed that girl by the wrist, and I mean, you could hear her scream out in the lobby, and she threw her popcorn and Coke, all flew up into the air, and she jumped. And it was we almost had a beating in the theater that night.
I was gonna say I'd have killed him.
Well, yeah, it was but yeah, that was a good one. So yeah, there were a lot of things of that nature in the theater. We had a great time working there. It was a great job and a great family of employees, and the manager was like our surrogate mom at the time.
Yeah, that was a time that's definitely long gone. So a somewhat haunted theater, but definitely had human mischief and in one case canine.
Absolutely. And yeah, with a little bit of puppy thrown in. A giant puppy. His puppy was the size of a small car.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'll tell you, if I was watching The Exorcist in the cinema and I heard something growling and making those kind of noise, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty, it was startling to say the least.
Yeah. And then, of course, the popcorn flying everywhere.
Yeah, and yeah, he was having a blast. The little puppy was, because the theater they would clean it in the morning, and the stuff was everywhere, and that dog was running loose and just stuff flying. It was interesting to say the least.
Good times. Well,
major good times.
We have Soul Assassin here in the chat. Good to see you. Hello. Please smash the like. Yes, please do. Snortapoopas Kuber says, I've seen The Exorcist about 167 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
A little Beetlejuice. Ever see it? Not to mention you're talking to a dead guy.
Boy.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, in a way, actually, exorcism is kind of funny because once you've seen it, once you've gotten over the shocks of it all, it's just
yeah, definitely. It's amazing filmmaking now. My brother, William Friedkin, not Friedkin. It was was he the director or the writer? He was the director.
Yeah, correct.
He came and did a master class at Rocky's College when he was in school there, and talked about making the film, and he went over the different things, and one of the issues they had to refrigerate the set. The set was refrigerated down to about 28 degrees, give or take, so that when you see Linda Blair with ice on her, it's like real ice, and she's shaking. She's really cold. So they could only shoot for a certain period of time, and then they had to stop and let all the performers and the cast, the crew and whatnot, let everybody thaw out. So,
they would never be able to film The Exorcist today with an actress of her age. They would have to get someone that looked younger because they would all go to jail, I think.
They
for what
would.
they put
They
that
really
little girl
would.
through.
Yeah, goodness gracious. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. You have the picture of the mall.
Oh, yes, I do. So we're going to go ahead and put up the picture of the mall. Snortopoopas grew 15 miles from where they filmed The Exorcist.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, we were in DC and made a point of going.
Yeah, that's the mall Eddie worked at.
Yeah.
And it burnt down in '83. So you have flames inside the mall, and the marquee of there says the gates of hell.
That was what was playing when it burned down.
The last movie played.
Perhaps they should have kept them closed.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, serves them right. Yeah, should not put up them gates of hell. It'll burn down your Woolworths.
Burn down the mall, yeah.
I've never seen that movie, though. Oh,
I've never seen, I don't know if I have either. I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's one of these Italian horror movies.
It's a movie that sucked so bad no one saw it, but it killed them all.
Yeah, I think Stu and Rick were the last ones to see that show the night it burnt down.
Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are.
Yeah, we were all sad our mall burnt down because everybody loved that mall.
Yeah, it was really.
Yeah. Not Maryland. This is in Georgia. So there's lots of Brunswicks. I think there's even a Brunswick in Canada.
Yeah.
But yeah. It seems like everything happens in Brunswick. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, they all got in the national news for not a ghost story, but in any case, we definitely lots of things in the ship that hit the bridge when that was.
Yeah. Oh, we got on Walter Cronkite with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lots of stuff happened around there. It's a haunted area.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an old area.
Yeah, it's very old. Lots of stuff happened. We had the yellow fever outbreak.
We had a tidal wave in the 1800s.
Yeah.
The whole downtown was underwater.
Yeah.
Well, we did.
They did back in the day.
Yeah.
We have the shadow cat. The dark one is now trying to get on the keyboard.
We have interference.
Oh, gee whiz.
Yeah. This is, we have she's black cat.
Yeah, she's our Benedict. Hello, Ebony.
Oh, yeah. Little ebony cat. So now, Eddie, did you have any true ghost stories or ghost stories that someone told you that they might think is true? Okay.
No, actually, we had an experience.
Oh.
Like I said, this area is very old, and the British settlement on St. Simon's, they had Port Frederico over there, and there was a town, of course, surrounding the port and whatnot. Well, that area is a historical thing. You can go over there and take tours and whatnot. But adjacent to it, they had built the original yacht club. Was it Sea Island Yacht Club, or was it St. Simon's Yacht Club?
Port Frederico Yacht.
Oh, they called it Port Frederico?
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a yacht club.
Woodrow disappeared.
Did Woodrow disappear?
She disappeared.
Oh, my.
No, you're fine. It's supposed to be like this.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay.
You guys are just highlighted.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, there's also a picture to go with this one. I just sent you a minute ago.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
but anyway, so we're.
It's text.
Oh, whoops.
So the yacht club, they moved from over by the fort, which was on the north end of the island. They moved over closer to the causeway, and I'm not sure where they are now. But the thing that was weird about it was you could go, and it became a thing for us, high schoolers to do and whatnot. You could go, and the old yacht club was still there. It was all overgrown. It was your classic haunted house looking place. It was the trail going up to it. You couldn't drive up to it anymore because the driveway was all overgrown and whatnot. But you could walk up in there, and the building was still standing. And at the time we saw it, there were still tables set up. Yeah, there it is. Now, this is if you were probably from the water looking to it, or maybe this was the front of it. I don't know. Of course, it wasn't like that when we saw it. It was in tatters. But you see the little windows there. We found a little one of those little windows that was open, and climbed up in the place, and we were looking around. There were tables and stuff. There was now we had been told that the first group of folks that started exploring this place, they said there was silverware and china still out on the tables. Of course, all of that had been looted by the time we saw it, but or packed up and moved away. But it had a big stone fireplace, and myself and cousin Bill and cousin Spin were there looking around, and it was the weirdest thing. It was the middle of the afternoon, and all of a sudden we heard some people talking outside of the building, and we thought, oh, there's somebody else that's coming to look around. We'll give them a good scare. So we hunkered down, getting ready for them to try to come in the window so we could jump up and scare them. And it's really hard to describe, but picture the sound of a very busy restaurant in full swing, glasses tinkling, silverware hitting plates and things of that nature, and a murmur of conversation that you couldn't understand a single word. That soundtrack almost exploded on us. We're hunkered down. It's quiet, few birds chirping outside, and then the next thing we know, it's the sound of a full-blown restaurant, and it's loud, it's overwhelming. It was like, oh my word, we're looking around, and almost as soon as it happened to where we could get a fix on it, it went away. And it was just the weirdest thing, but it happened, and it motivated cousin Spin, who was a little smaller than Spin and I were close to the same size, but he came flying down from where he was in that place and dove through that little window. It didn't even stop to touch the sides. He was out and gone and ready to run. And I was headed toward the window, and right as I got to it, just went to stop. And it was just a weird. So I guess it would be an auditory ghost thing. We didn't see anything, but boy, you sure could feel it. It felt like there were. The restaurant vibe was in the air. There was people talking, and you could hear people moving around, and it was just, that was the most bizarre thing I think I've ever experienced. Wow. That's my memory of it. Now, of course, if Bill were with us and Spin, they might have a few more details to add to it. But I just remember cousin Spin, and then after it was all done, he came back inside, and we're looking around, and Bill was like, dude, I saw you fly through that window. See if you can get out that window again. And he went and tried to jump out the window again. He banged his head on it. So, but
wow.
Yeah, it was. That's as close to a real ghost thing, I believe, as I can say. And that was unexpected, just out of the blue. Nothing that we had been told about, so that we might have imagined it or made it up. It was just something. It was the last thing I expected was to. I would have expected more to see shadowy people moving about or stuff in period clothing and disappearing into a wall. That would have been more expected than the volume and the presence of all these people at one time. It's interesting.
Yeah,
What time of year was
hell
it?
no.
I'm not sure. It might have been spring or fall would be my guess. It would have been pretty hot at the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say no, thank you.
It was during the day, wasn't it?
It was during the day. Yeah, it was broad daylight. That's one of you expect to see and hear stuff when you're going at night, because it's just creepy. You're wired for it. In the middle of the day, it'd be like having a ghost just pop up in front of you out in the middle of Walmart one day,
Yeah, and your imagination would not be going in that direction in daytime. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're not expecting that. You're not, So to have that happen, it was truly bizarre.
I was gonna say, and no, thank you. I do not. I don't. I would. I. People who say they want to see ghosts or have something like that happen, it's like, no, you don't. I
No,
don't think I would have liked that one little bit.
not really. Now, there was no sensation of any kind of intelligent purpose. It was more like a replay, like something that a sound that had existed there so many times over such it imprinted itself or something like that. It was, there was no sensation of it being evil or purposeful at all. It was more like a recording played back.
Yeah. Wow.
So that was a cool one, though. I don't know if I'd want to do it again.
No.
It was cool. Ebony, girl. Okay, the lap's not open now. There's cables. Okay? I'm sorry. The black cat is imposing herself. She knows we're talking about how. No, you don't play with my cable.
Yeah, something else. Yeah. Well, Soul Assassin is mentioning lots of ghost stories down here in Texas. Donkey Lady. My uncle had a run-in with her. Oh, do you want to elaborate with us? Goatman. I've heard of Goatman. The Alamo Ghost. Well, of course, when you have that many people in that area, plus all the Mexican lore. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's ghost tours in, around the Alamo. There's ghost tours. Well, basically in a lot of big towns and even small towns, especially this time of year. See, Donkey Lady. I'm not sure I know about that one. Let me just look this one up.
Beavis.
Beavis.
That's
hilarious. No. Let me see. Oh, gee. So it says here. Oh, yeah. And by the way, welcome to Gorilla's Random Thoughts. I did put you up on the screen. Always good to see you, and Kapla to you as well. The Donkey Lady is an urban legend most commonly associated with a bridge on Old Applewhite Road outside San Antonio, Texas. The story tells of a woman severely disfigured in a house fire, often with hands that appear like hooves and a face that resembles a donkey. According to the legend, she haunts the bridge and her screams can be heard on moonless nights. She is said to appear if you honk your horn on the bridge, sometimes attacking cars.
Oh my goodness, road rage. She's raging on the bridge. Don't honk at her.
No, thank you. And you say your uncle
stop and get out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't honk your horn for crying out loud. Hey, I'll tell you, I sometimes get mad when people honk their horn at me, so I definitely would not be. Oh, dang. That's not okay. Okay, so we had the donkey. Now, Goatman, I've heard of that one. A lot of these are animal things. Goatman is a creature resembling a goat-human hybrid, often credited with canine deaths and purported to take refuge in the woods of Prince George's County, Maryland, United States. Well, okay. Yeah. Hey, you leave our dogs alone. John Wick will come out and get you. And of course, there's loads of ghosts around the Alamo. Let's see, Alamo ghost in particular. Let's see if something comes up. The Alamo is associated with numerous ghost stories due to its history and battles. Reports include apparitions of long dead soldiers, shadowy figures, and a Mexican soldier often seen along the outer walls. Some claim to see a woman and a child on the rooftop, which is reportedly linked to a historical account of a man with a child leaping from the parapet during the final assault. I was going to say reportedly. I'm not entirely sure I've heard of that one. A common sighting is a ghostly little boy in the upstairs left window of the gift shop. And many people report hearing whispers, footsteps, and the sounds of cannon or horses. Well, there you are. Yeah, that's not okay. But all right. It happens. Yeah, and then, of course, all the Mexican lore for sure. Now, I've heard of people saying the same thing about like Gettysburg, that they hear those sounds. And there was one story purportedly where somebody thought that there was a Civil War reenactment going on because they saw like a bunch of soldiers fighting and stuff. And then they were like, hey, what about the reenactment? And they were all like, there's no reenactment here. So he thinks he actually saw the real soldiers. Yeah. Like a replay. Yeah. That would be awesome. That would definitely be awesome. All right, we have more details from Soul Assassin. My uncles went to the bridge and were chased by hoof sounds and later had to sell their truck because it kept malfunctioning. Man, they messed up your truck.
Messed up the truck.
Like, dang,
Wow.
dudes. How dare you?
Eddie also had another story about when he was up with people and the group went to go see.
Oh, well, that didn't really.
Well, it's not directly, but it's interesting.
It is. It's interesting. I was touring with a group called Up with People in the 70s, and they split the group. We were touring the Northeast. They split our cast in half. Half of us went down the south to Boca Raton to do an industrial. The other half, though, went to a regional mental facility that had the criminally insane people there. And they were first of all, they were advised no interaction with the inmates. But apparently there was an area in the auditorium in the middle aisle, middle of the auditorium, a few seats back from the stage. And they brought in this prisoner and put him there, and they had guards around him and all. And come to find out, it was Gary Berkowitz.
Oh,
Isn't that the Son of Sam killer?
Yeah.
So they had the Son of Sam killer sitting in the center of the theater while they were doing their show. I missed it. I'm kind of glad we were enjoying South Florida. But they got to see. They said he was very polite. He sat there and he would smile occasionally and laugh, I think, at some of this stuff and whatnot. But there was just an aura and guards around him. You know?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like a real serial killer.
It's like, yeah, I didn't sign up for this. It's like, what the hell?
That was David Barker.
Hey, we did shows, and this was during a period of time where they still had regional hospitals. So like in Georgia, we had Millersville. We up in New England, we were in Massachusetts, I think, and we went to a regional mental facility. It's the kind of place where One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest would have taken place, and we were doing a show. It was a large auditorium. The inmates were there. They were in various levels of attention paying. We were doing our stuff, and they're, most of the, we're just having a great time and all. There was this one guy, and I just remembered about him. The whole time we're doing like a 75-minute, 90-minute program, he is behind the seats walking. He goes over to the left side of the room to that wall. When he gets to that wall, he turns around. He walks back across to the other side. He gets to that wall. He turns around. And he went back and forth like that, almost like a pendulum through the entire performance. And they, nobody messed with him. And then he was fine. He just he had to stay in motion, I guess. But that was an unusual thing. And that was an odd environment, to say the least.
Yeah. Soul Assassin agrees. Mental asylums are scary, just being normal and not haunted. Yes.
Exactly. Well, the people that are there are haunted. Some of them, they have their demons and whatnot.
I would not be surprised one little bit. Soul Assassin, as far as Gettysburg goes, Gettysburg has a story Gettysburg has a story of a guy going to I think you mean Confederate camp location and played taps to get punched by a ghost who threatened him not to come back till he learns respect.
A music critic.
There you go, I guess. Wow. Well, people got their priorities. What can I say? Now I always like to share this story of in Ireland they have fairies. The fairies are not nice people, and they're not good fairies, not like the way they are in Disney. And one of the fairies / ghosts that they do have there is called the Banshee. Now, she is an apparition that will appear if you know someone that is going to soon die, and she will just keen and scream. And that's why sometimes when people will say screaming like a banshee. Well, I don't believe in this stuff except when I'm in Ireland, because I swear the atmosphere over there is so spooky and creepy that you almost believe in these things. It's like when you're in a haunted house at night. But I was talking about this with a friend of mine, and she's like, "Oh yeah, well, my mom's my ma'am, as she said, saw the banshee when she was a teenager going to school," and I was like, "No," and then mom was like, and this is a very serious Irish Catholic lady that like would never tell a lie kind of a person, and she was fiercely sincere, and she said, "Oh yes, and let me tell you the story." She said that she was coming home from school. This was in Kildare, and it gets very dark there. So when you're out of school, it's dark pretty much as you're walking home. And she was walking home by herself, and all of a sudden heard someone crying, like sniffling and crying. And she all of a sudden saw in front. Wow, then we had sound issues. Everyone that freaked me out. All right, and then she saw a lady in front of her, an old lady with long gray hair, and she was just combing the hair and looking at her and weeping. Now she wasn't crying, but she was weeping. And my friend knew what to do, if you will. You don't mess with fairies, you don't engage. She just walked right past and walked home, pretended she didn't see a thing. And then a few days later, I believe an uncle of hers passed away. So go figure. Yeah. The banshee. You don't want to see the banshee. Yeah. Here we go. Sort of Poopa says the ghost object to the stream. Well, I'll tell you what, when you have stuff like that happen, it makes you wonder. Because they always say like on those ghost hunters that's how the ghosts can communicate is through electronics and stuff. And I'm about ready to describe the banshee, and boom, that happens. No, thank you. Yeah, oh gosh. Well, there's another story there called the White Lady. There's even there's a pub in Kinsale named after that. There was a fort there called Charles Fort, and the story goes about the White Lady that she was about ready to be married, and her fiance. There's two versions actually. One is that her fiance went to pick her flowers because she's like, "Oh, there's pretty flowers for my wedding day," and when he went to pick the flowers, he fell and died, fell off the little cliff thing and died. And she, in her despair, threw herself from the walls of Charles Fort. And since then it's haunted. I'll tell you a little bit how she haunts it. Another version of the story has it that the same thing happened. She sent him for flowers, and her father or someone, a relative of hers, not knowing who he was, saw him out of his post, and it's like, "Soldier, you've left your post," and killed him because you're killed for leaving your post. And then he died that way, and she threw herself off. And the reason why she's a white lady, of course, because she's wearing her white bridal clothes. And so from here on out in Kinsale, around this area, either around Charles Fort or sometimes even on the cliffs of Old Head, you will sometimes see this white figure either walking along or throwing herself from the cliff in despair, screaming as she falls. Sometimes she screams, sometimes she doesn't. But I remember as a kid just being so afraid, like when nighttime would come, when I would be there visiting. I had a friend that lived there, and we would have sleepovers. I would not look over toward that area because I was like, I do not want to see the White Lady. And in the pub, the inn, the White Lady in Kinsale, they do claim that, yeah, people will see her, people will hear her. So, that's the other ghost story from Ireland that definitely struck me. Soul Assassin. Oh, he has some links here. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Pretty scary stuff. Let's see. Sort of Poopa says reenactor groups are not usually allowed on the actual Gettysburg battlefield. That is true. The filming of the movie Gettysburg was one time they were allowed there. That is correct. And even when they do the annual reenactment of Gettysburg, they do not go on the battlefield, from what I understand. You are correct. Because obviously they don't want it to be harmed or in any way. But yeah, so yeah, we have the White Lady in Kinsale. Now, if I'm correct, Maury, didn't Billy have a ghost story?
This is Tame. This is Tame, one of the Eddies. They were all together.
Yeah.
Oh, they were all together. Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
Yeah.
I should have known. all the cousins and second cousins hanging out together.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Eddie. It was Eddie, Billy, and Spin.
Okay. Well, there we are. And let me see. I might be able to bring up a picture of the White Lady. Oh, they're calling it the White Lady Hotel. I used to remember it as the inn. Oh, never mind. But but Kinsale and all these places are great for just old things being there, and just being in an old place is pretty scary enough as it is. I mean, Snorty Poopus is a white polar bear. Here's Snorty want to scare some kids. Well, he could just scare them, of course, by just showing up as a polar bear. You don't want to mess with a polar bear, and that's not okay. But I guess one of these days I should probably actually stay in that hotel and see this, or sometimes called the Lady in White. Let me see if I can get something specific about people in the hotel telling stories. I mean, there's something about scariness in a hotel, because I always think of The Shining, with those crazy kids. Those crazy.
Run.
And those twins that come around. Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to mess with ghosts. And of course, I don't know why. What was it? The most haunted hotel. Let's see. What is the most haunted hotel in the world? Let's see what Google says. The most haunted hotel in the world. Because, well, a lot of places like to claim that they have the best and most haunted place. How about, the most haunted hotel in America? Well, everyone is claiming that the Emily Morgan in San Antonio, the Crescent Hotel and Spa in Arkansas, 1886. The Menger Hotel, also in San Antonio. What the heck's happened in San Antonio? Oh, it must be the Alamo, and they're all trying to stay in the places. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Do you, Eddie or Maury, has any true ghost story? I know Maury has some stuff she wants to talk about, but is there any more true ghost stories that you would like to share before we move on?
I don't have any good stories.
No, just pretty much just that.
Yeah.
No. It is. Go ahead.
Oh no, go you go ahead.
Well, no, I was just, you're talking about the banshee and these ghosts and things like that, and we were talking the other day, and it's like, what if some of these things, we assign a supernatural thing to them because we don't understand it. I can imagine that 200 or 300 years ago, a flashlight would have been considered witchcraft and magic and something supernatural and outside of humanity's scope. What if all of the ghost things and that type of stuff like that? What if there's a level of physics that we just simply don't understand yet, or we don't really have any kind of way of comprehending some of these things? There's, you take somebody back in the 1800s and try to, in the early 1800s, and talk to them about electricity and how you can manipulate it and do things with it. They would think you were nuts. Maybe there is an area or a side of physics. It's a perfectly natural thing in the physical world, in the physical universe, that we just simply don't understand. We don't know. There could be extra dimensions. There could be things of that nature. Some of these things that are supposedly ghosts, perhaps they are. It's an actual physical phenomenon. And just because we don't really have a repeatable experiment to prove them, or any sort of real theory about why these things happen, that doesn't necessarily make them any less legit. And it doesn't necessarily have to assign a supernatural element to it. These could be things that are functioning within the physical universe. We just don't have any science with which to understand them.
Almost like a parallel universe?
Could be something like. I mean, there's so much that we don't know. There's so many we don't know. Where do humans? We'll get off on that sort of thing, but humans are sort of triadic. We have, in much ways, we mirror what Christianity views as God. Humans are mind, body, and spirit. We have a mind that tells our body what to do, and a spirit, the driver, tells the mind what to tell the body to do. I mean, so there's areas of understanding that are so far outside of us just yet that we are, we have room to grow as a species, as a life form. We're just now learning, what the universe is about, and all of those kinds of things. Which is a little heady. I've gone off on a tangent.
Oh, no. It's definitely relevant because I know that in my faith, well, in Catholicism, they don't necessarily ever say there's no such thing as ghosts. Because, you only really want to say something if you can be definitive on these matters.
Sure.
They let it be. But like that there is nothing against the belief that there could be an echo of a spirit or but there's also not anything for it as well. It is a very agnostic area, and that's what I was kind of thinking about with what you were saying is like, if it did turn out that we were actually truly able to scientifically prove it, would it change anything? It's like, to me, no, it would not. It wouldn't change at all how I view the world. It would just be a way of like taking a veil away from something that we just couldn't see before because we didn't have the means to do so.
Yeah.
And now, sort of Poopus Cooper, I'm sorry, Soul Assassin says, I actually went ghost hunting with 2 friends in the Manger Hotel. Woo!
Oh, cool.
They were looking for a ghost. I was trying to get their numbers, and I succeeded. Well done. Yeah, I have a friend who spent the night in the Manger Hotel. It's part of will something spooky happen? Now, Salty Traveling Sea says, if you've ever had a true no BS encounter with an actual malevolent entity, you can feel the evil. Yes. Now, that is actually something that is a matter of faith. I talked about this on my Catholic Explaining channel about exorcisms and demonic possession, where you actually do kind of have to believe that it is possible, or it is at least real, at least at one time, because Jesus did it. So if it's in the Bible, we believe it exists. Now, whether a specific incident nowadays or even in the past was truly a malevolent spirit or just someone that needed some medication, you don't have to. But is it possible? Absolutely. And yeah, there's been a few times where I can say that for no reason whatsoever, you feel this overwhelming sense of evil, if you will, like there's a presence, and you don't mess with it. You just maybe make the sign of the cross, throw some holy water around or something, because on the other hand, you don't want to make a big deal about it. But I won't lie. Now, could I ever prove anything to that effect? No, I could not, because there's several ways that could be explained. Like if there's a way to explain it, you can't really say, yes, this was definitely an evil spirit. Like, was I not feeling well? I'm a very imaginative person, so when you evaluate those things, again, I'm very agnostic about it, but I will say that, yeah, I think we've all experienced something where we have felt a malevolent presence. Now, connected with a place, the most oppressive place I have ever been was when I went to visit a concentration camp when I was in high school. I was on a exchange thing with my German class, and we spent 3 weeks in Germany, in Bavaria, and one of the things was we went to visit a concentration camp, and you could feel it physically.
Which one did you go? Which one did you go to?
Well, Dachau.
We went to Dachau. Yeah, guys, I was just wondering, and yeah, you actually could feel it. There was just a lingering, I don't know. It was a dark place.
Yeah. Now, actually, that wasn't the specific one we went with on our tour, but yeah, but Dachau was one that, as a family, my family has been to. Yeah, but because I was trying to think of the day, but I was thinking of Dachau. But yeah, Dachau's definitely one. So you've been to Dachau as well.
Yes,
and
we did. When
yeah,
we were,
and my grandfather was at Dachau. Now he was at Dachau. He was there when they liberated it. And
wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And he told me the story, and this was before iPhones, and it makes me so mad because I tried to interview this man, but he would be like, nope, he did not want to be interviewed and all that. But as he was kind of dying, he kind of opened up a little more. And like I said, nowadays I would have maybe tried to record him. But yeah, he told us about that day. Yeah, but we knew he was there. But when he did, he just never wanted to talk about details, but he always said, like, we knew that they didn't like the Jews, but he said, until I saw what those people looked like as they came out, I had no idea. So yeah, so we also have a connection with Dachau, but definitely you can feel it there. And let's see. Oh, with the Day of the Dead coming up, who said that? Oh wait, Jesus Davla, I'm sorry, I think I missed you. Okay. But okay, we'll get to you in a second. With Day of the Dead coming up, says Soul Assassin, you can expect a lot of spirit stories. Oh yeah, well, because that's when everyone talks about it. November 2nd is a big deal around here. I had encounters with a negative spirit, says Jason Dabla. And like I said, we've all probably felt that, where we felt evil. Soul Assassin said, I've never seen a ghost, but since dread and fear in a room after someone passed, never felt it again. See everyone say hello, dittos and all that. Yeah, and as I said, you feel it and you know it. Like where I felt it with a place, like we were saying, is in the concentration camp in Dachau. I'd known people that had been in Auschwitz, but also sometimes just inexplicably, yeah, you'll feel something, and it'll be. Sometimes we call it being under attack. But as I said, you can't really prove it, because if it can be proven by other means. But yeah, there's a reason why we keep the holy water and the crosses and the things around with us, and you don't want to mess around. But also, as kids, stupid kids mess around with things like Ouija boards and all that. It's like, don't do it. It's a very, very bad idea. It's
yeah.
Even felt like he was being watched by nothing. Oh yeah.
Oh my.
No, thank you. Yeah, you stay away from that stuff. I've gotten creepy vibes from people before, for sure, where I'm like, okay, this person definitely is not under the good spirit, if you know what I mean. There's some things out there that are craziness. Yeah. All right, and welcome everyone that's coming in. So that's a little bit of a different kind of a realm going on, but it definitely counts of the world between the spirit and the one we live in today. Well, we believe in good. We believe in angels. We believe that angels visit. It's a thing. Jesus Davla says Ouija boards are no. So I lived in an apartment for about 10 years, and the previous tenants played with the Ouija.
They didn't leave the door open, did they?
Oh yeah, I didn't know how to shut it.
Oh hell no! Yeah, that's where. Yeah, they see that would explain it. That would explain it. I always tell people, if you want to do a Ouija board, watch The Exorcist. It'll turn you off.
Yeah, you'll never do it.
Yeah, that's where you would get a priest. Well, we actually have a custom that when you move to a new house, you'll do a priest blessing. It'll be, you make a dinner for everyone, all that, and the priest will bless the house. And I'm sure that there's similar other kind of customs.
Our house is blessed.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, it's not. Discuss weirdos. Okay, Salty Traveling Ski says poltergeist, physical manifestation of violence encounters are a hell of a thing. Oh, have you had?
My word, let's not do that.
It's still...
Oh, it's still no. It's not. Oh no.
Oh hell no! Even people have moved in after have left right away.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, that'll close that door. My dad said his mother played with a Ouija board with some friends, and all the windows in the house shattered. Yeah. You don't want to. You don't want to open up
Yikes.
that door.
No.
You don't know what you're letting in. Not at all.
No.
Wow. And poltergeists, I think poltergeists are they're ghosts that physically manifest. I don't know if they're actually I don't know too much about it. Maybe we don't want to go too much into the darkness there. But it is definitely a thing. I mean, too many people have experienced it. It's too present in cultures all over the world. All over the world they have their versions of these stories because it doesn't come out of nowhere. So yeah.
Well, Barbara had one.
Did she?
Yeah, when they lived in where did they live? Her husband at the time was in the military, so he was around.
So
Guam or somewhere like that.
Guam?
Yeah, I mean they weren't in the United States.
Oh. Yeah.
And they were sleeping one night in the basement, and something grabbed her husband's legs and pulled him across the room.
No.
And held him up.
No, go on. Are you serious?
Oh hell no!
Holy smokes!
He got up and he slept in the car.
Yeah, I would have slept in the next town.
I would have slept in the next country.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, he slept in the car that night after that happened to him.
Oh, now that's
no.
And she said her kids were little, and her daughter would talk to one. She had an invisible friend she was talking to, and I was like, "Who are you talking to?" And she's like, "The little girl." There's nobody in there. Nobody in the room except for her.
Wow, does she remember that?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Salty, do you want to share? Do you have a story about it? If you do, I mean, go ahead and share in the chat. We'd love to hear it and be quite freaked out about it. Yeah, I think it's just funny. I just spent a long time talking about how agnostic we are about this, and I'm looking around in my living room. Actually, around the corner is where I keep my little prayer area and a little shrine. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, Miss, I don't care about it. And I've got like holy water. I've got blessed oil. I have a blessed candle. And I have holy perfume that has been touched to a relic of Saint Teresa of Lisieux, a little flower, and a crucifix. And I'm like, okay, wait. And a rosary, of course. I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm not as agnostic as I think I am. I have quite a collection. I should probably take a picture and show you all. I'm like, well, it's like, well, I'm probably thinking, but doesn't everyone have that stuff in their house?
I have a vampire steak signed by the Monster Squad.
Oh, well, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. But beyond that, I don't believe in any of this stuff. No, but those are good. The sacramentals, they're just good for you. They're not necessarily about evil, though, actually, to be fair. They're actually things to kind of help you with your daily life and prayer and all that. But yeah, I just realized it's like if someone were to look in my prayer area, not to mention about 5 different versions of the Bible and all that. But hey, it makes you feel good. What can I say? Maybe that's why I've never had any demonic things or ghosts happen in my house, because I think they've been taken care of.
Yeah, you've got like spiritual off on you.
Yeah. I'm like that guy. What was it? Van Helsing the movie or whatever. For those kids on the vampire thing, but it's actually a total coincidence. That's like, yes, please do. All right, well, I know that Maury had a few things that she wanted to share. Do you want me to go ahead and start sharing that, or did you have a story that went along before we got to your pictures?
You share the pictures. I was just going to talk about Halloween. Lighten things up a little bit.
Okay,
candy.
Okay, we'll get to that, but actually, Salty is going to decide to share. He just decided to share his story. Let's do this. 36. I'm assuming you mean 6 years old. Grandparents' old house. Second floor. Heard rattling upstairs. Went up. Crucifix was shaking. No one there. and was thrown against the wall, ran downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
no,
gosh.
no. Grandma said there was nothing, but got her priest to come to the house. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
Good idea.
Good call.
Good call, Grandma.
Yeah, we endorse that decision. My mom says Jesus Davila 53. My mom told me a story she had while we were staying there. So for context, my dad went to vacation in Mexico. My siblings and I shared a room. My mom slept in another. It was night, and we were all part one. Oh, okay, waiting for part two. While we wait for part two, Soul Assassin says, just say you'll start charging rent to the ghost trees and watch them quite fast. Yeah. Or raise their property taxes. Yeah, I figured you meant 6. Yeah, that's not okay, Salty. Yeah, we do not endorse the experience, but we definitely, like I said, you heard the hearty endorsement of bringing a priest. No, bring a young priest and an old priest. Off early and often. Okay, well, we're still waiting on Jesus for part 2, but yeah. Well, you see, if you're in Mexico, that's where you can get some really weird stuff because, you have a lot of the history with the Aztecs and the human sacrifice and all that. So there was a lot of centers of evil there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right before, I'm still waiting on Jesus. I don't know what happened, but when I said that, I'm still waiting on Jesus. We're all waiting on Jesus, but we are going to go ahead and lighten it up a little bit. And Maury is going to tell us some about Halloween, and we're going to share some of our Halloween pictures. So you have the con, Maury?
Okay. Yeah, it's just talking about the Halloween costumes we wore. Yeah, these plastic masks and
uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable. You can't see. They're
okay.
So hot. And
part 2.
Yeah, we do have part 2, but we don't have part 3 yet. So I'm going to wait for part 3 before we'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that lasted about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that Tinkerbell costume. You can post my pictures.
Okay, so I'll go ahead. Let's see. Let me share the screen. Yeah, I had one of those. I had one of those with Mickey Mouse back in the day. I remember that, and yeah, I mean,
it looks just like you, Mara.
There we go. Let me find. Wait. Don't get car sick. Don't get car sick. There it is. Yeah. Of course, it was like one of the last ones.
Holy moly! Look at that.
I know.
That looks like something out of what's that movies? It had the people with the anyway. It looks like it looks like something out of a horror.
I know, it was terrible.
That's okay, right? There's like you can see both hands, but one hand was behind and came out with like a machete or something.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Mom said I picked that costume out. I got it home, tried the mask on, took the picture, and then I didn't.
The mask was gone.
Yeah, the mask was gone.
And
then we went to the store again. I saw a Wonder Woman outfit.
Oh.
And I really love that TV show with Linda Carter. So I was like, forget Tinkerbell. I'm going to be Wonder Woman. And it didn't have a mask or anything. So
yeah,
I like running.
Let's see, where is? Of course, it'll be one of the last ones. There it is. There's Wonder Woman.
Oh my goodness!
And I had the wig I bought at a yard sale. Because Mom and I were always.
That's pretty cool. And you could breathe.
And I could breathe. Didn't have to wear the dumb mask.
All right.
Yeah. So, you didn't get cancer. I mean, I always wondered those chemicals and those things. Cause again, I had this Mickey or Minnie Mouse mask or something, and heck yes, you couldn't breathe, and it was plastic.
And it made you sweat, and then it stuck to your face.
Yeah, it was not normal.
The true horror of Halloween.
Exactly, this dumb mask we wore.
Okay. All right, so there's happy. Okay, we have part 2. Let's continue. We were in Mexico last time. It was nighttime. My mom had her door open that leads to a hallway. She kept tabs on us while asleep. Something slammed her door shut.
Oh, goodness gracious.
No, she thought it was us who did it. She got up and she went to our room because she thought we pranked her. But we were all dead. Asleep. Dun dun
Gong,
dun.
gong, gong, gong.
Yeah, and Soul Assassin says, "Why does vintage Halloween costumes from back in the day look so terrifying?" Yeah, that was
I
supposed to be
know.
Tinkerbell. You look like a serial killer.
Really?
Yeah, no, this one's good. This one's good, Maury.
Yeah. It felt
Okay.
so much better. I think I ordered it from JCPenney too,
Yeah.
where Eddie's mom worked. And
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
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 Well, we all wanted to be Linda Carter. Okay, here's a
Oh, there we
cute
go.
little Maury. What are you, a mouse?
I think it's supposed to be a cat.
Okay, a
And I
cat.
had these,
Oh, with the claws. You can see claws.
Yeah, it had the little claws.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to figure out where the dress, because it looked like a Little House in the Prairie thing going on there.
Yeah, the 70s clothes
Now,
there.
who is this over here on the right?
That's a dog. That's a dog. One of those pigs brought
Oh my goodness!
from the yard sale.
It looks like there's some kind of thing looking around the corner waiting for you to come
Yeah,
in
speaking of demons and poltergeists.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those black velvet paintings, and it's got one of those dogs written on. The dog's got a telephone. There were like two of those.
Okay. Black velvet dog painting. That's
Yeah.
even more frightening than a real demon.
Yeah, okay. And then here, Southern Belle.
Yeah, Southern Belle dressed up, clothes we got from the church yard sale. Just throw it together. Go out trick or treating.
Yeah, that's cute. And then
And
that's
there's
Wonder
me.
Woman.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman with is that the demon possessed pumpkin?
No, this your
creature?
uncle's pumpkin.
That's my uncle's pumpkin.
This next door.
Oh, really? Oh, that's Uncle Dave. Okay.
There's a little tiny porch.
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking, look at the pumpkin head versus the body. I mean, holy moly.
Oh no. And that porch is so small, all it had room for is that scarecrow and me.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go in order here. All right. So we got the Southern Belle, or, Scarlet O'Hara thing going on. We've got the 70s Little House in the Prairie cat. You got the awesome Wonder Woman, which, by the way, that's a really cool costume. I give that one 2 thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
And there is your mama. There's Edna and
she's Colt the mouse.
Yes.
Cat
Mama
it
called
was
the
another
mouse.
thing. Like mom would make me my own costumes, and I came up with Super Mouse. I don't know where Super Mouse came from. Just a thing I made up in my head. And then she was the cat, and then we were at my kindergarten little Halloween party.
All right.
Well,
and that's another one of the moms. I forgot whose mom that was. It's just a ghost with the beach hat on.
She's not like a real ghost.
I was gonna say that's pretty scary for a kindergarten thing there.
Yeah. Hey, it's the 70s. We didn't care.
Yeah, that's right. I guess but they didn't care if they traumatized us all for life. Okay, I've seen that one. Oh, this is.
Oh my!
It's a little witch.
Your little witch.
Okay.
Okay. Little happy witch. All right. And that's
a
serial killer.
Oh my gosh, that's all nightmares about that thing.
Yeah, and then here you are with that's actually nightmare inducing too.
Yeah, that's also next door. We're at Eddie's uncle's house.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's in like a little foyer room.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah, Zooks.
Yeah, like I said, well, and I think there's a reason why a lot of scary Halloween movies have things that look like this, because just in themselves are kind of creepy enough. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I guess that's kind of a little bit part of the whole Halloween thing is that the happier part of it, though. Yeah. Oh, wait, Soul Assassin, I didn't share this. He said he had an aunt who was a witch. She was a very mean woman. I heard from what family told me. Won't tell him where her house was because they don't want bad voodoo getting to us.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, not okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. Not quite a ghost story, but maybe something that would keep you up at night, especially if they told you that when you were a kid. But oh well. But that Halloween in general, it's good fun. Like what Maury was just showing. Showing the costume, showing the pictures, a good time, sharing the candy, people getting creative and festive, maybe getting ready for the winter. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do the Halloween specials. Yeah, Paul Lynn's Halloween special in '76. That was funny.
Oh
Paul
yeah.
Lynn,
Yeah, Paul
Uncle
Lynn.
Arthur.
Yes, Uncle Arthur. And oh my gosh, Kiss makes the Phantom of the Park. That's the worst thing. I was in kindergarten.
The Great Pumpkins.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Yeah,
Great
the Great
Pumpkin's always the
Pumpkin.
Great
best.
Pumpkin. Oh my gosh.
I was in kindergarten. Of course, I thought Christmas meets the Phantom of the Park was like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
my cousins
Yeah.
Mark, my cousins Mark and Greg, we were all watching it in the den over at their house, and I think they left me halfway through the movie.
Oh, oops. Well, there you go. Yeah, and yeah, there's lots of fun things, and a lot of people go camping around this time of year. You know, you think of marshmallows, s'mores, and you know, with a lot of customs that go along with festivals and harvest.
Hmm.
And for me, that whole vibe, I don't really stop it with Halloween. As we go into November, I like to keep that kind of going because it's like, hey, you know, it's still the fall, still
Mhm.
pumpkins, still the still the same kind of food and stuff. And as it gets darker, I think that people need to keep themselves cheerful.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I don't really like starting Christmas too early because often Christmas starts almost exactly after Halloween, and I think that that's way too soon because then
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
like Christmased out if you do it too late.
Exactly.
True.
It's like the stroke of midnight on Halloween. Christmas carols everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, sometimes you can see like go over to Walmart on Halloween. I've done that once when I've tried to get candy and they're already putting up their Christmas
Christmas
stuff, and I'm
stuff.
like, really, really?
Like, what about Thanksgiving? Can we do
Yeah, at least
Thanksgiving
celebrate.
first?
Yeah,
So we used to always do Christmas after Thanksgiving, like
Mhm.
the Friday after.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's when the Christmas season starts on Black Friday.
Yeah. You do your Christmas tree up on the Friday after Thanksgiving.
yeah. I think at the bare minimum, that's definitely it. And of course, maybe I'll be talking about this later. Part of my custom is I do like to watch those weird Hallmark movies that are just so ridiculous. They're Christmas movies.
Yeah. I try to get in a Christmas Carol, at least the George C. Scott and what was the other one?
You like the
Oh, and I like the Jim Carrey one, the
yeah,
animated one. I like that. Those are my two faves.
Yeah. Yep. And of course, I think I mentioned earlier that my idea is that when I do Halloween, I can't really realistically do 31 movies in the
I
Halloween thing.
know. I
So I
tried to
always
fail.
yeah, so I always try to do a theme. So this year my theme was ghosts, as I said earlier, and I forget what I'm going to do for next year. Who knows? I'll think about it later because I'm running out of themes. But in any case, I found that that's kind of been a lot of fun. And then I try to read a classic novel. And my personal custom is then I always use November to rewatch all 7 Harry Potter movies. So that's it. Just things to keep you going
Sure.
because and then I always have a challenge in January as well because it's like January is the forgotten month. We all
Mhm.
got
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween and Valentine's Day doesn't count because that's ridiculous. Um, well, you know what I mean. It's like, come on, how much candy can we all eat? And it's all about
No.
love. And this year they're going to be having Wuthering Heights coming out on Valentine's Day. I'm like, okay,
Like
nobody understands
why?
Valentine's Day. Yeah, exactly. Or maybe they don't understand Wuthering Heights.
I know, really.
Yeah. All right.
Like
What's that?
that.
Sorry. Go ahead, Maury.
Yeah, it's like Wuthering Heights is not a romantic movie.
Not at all. Alrighty. Well, it's we've passed the hour, so it's time for us to kind of wind this down now. I guess Maury and Eddie, you're only really on my channel because I don't know if you're going to be anywhere else for people to find. But it's always good to have you back. And if you all listening and watching, if you would like to maybe hear some more from the three of us. We did a triple review thing for quite a while, and I have some of those on playlists and some other scary things. So, those were fun times. Maybe we'll get around to ever finishing up the Bruce Willis one we started like 3 years ago.
Oh yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Shansu says, Valentine's Day, an excuse for chocolate is a good excuse. Well, that is true. Any excuse for chocolate is good. Yeah. And of course, more scary stuff about things happening in apartments, doors opening on their own, radios malfunctioning, whispering at night, etc. Follow us on Twitter. Yes, and follow Maury too. Wait, you're no longer confined cats. What are you? You're like
holiday cats.
You're the holiday cat.
Cats. Yeah. Yes, and Rufus is in a Halloween costume contest at Southeast Georgia Veterinary Clinic on Facebook. You go to their Facebook page and you click like on his picture, and that's how they count the votes.
Yeah, let Rufus win, not those other loser cats.
No. Well, it's only him and his cousin Rudy that's entered so far. So.
Okay. Well,
So is the cousins are together.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well,
Ruby's a dog. Yeah, Ruby's a dog, and Rufus, of course, is a cat. But
yeah.
So we know one of us will win. It'll be in the family.
Yeah. Shout out to Rufus. Darn right. Yeah, Rufus is a cute cat.
And
that's Rufus there. He's the cat there in that picture. So.
No, that's Sebastian.
That's Sebastian.
Oh, whoops. Oh, you're right. Rufus is the orange cat.
Yeah. Anyway, I have it on my Twitter profile about the costume podcast.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Yeah, shout out to Rufus. We want Rufus to win. And you can find me here, Miss Smart Music, where I talk about what makes me laugh, makes you cry, makes you happy, makes you sad, or just really ticks me off. Gonna be maybe doing some general musings, probably do a roundup of some of the scary movies I watched. I don't know. It depends on the schedule. See if we can get that done. And many, many other fun things around here. And if y'all wouldn't mind watching my Catholic explaining, I've got enough subs for monetization, just need some watch hours. And I'm having fun with that. Yeah, that's basically it. Well, I want to give special thanks to, of course, my guests, Maury and Eddie. Also, everyone that has come in the chat. Shansu, thank you for the stream. Well, thank you for being here. We had Soul Assassin. We had Jesus Davila. We had Salty Traveling Sea, sort of Poopus Cooper. I think I got everyone. I know people have been coming in and out. Oh, yeah, we have Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Thank you. And please sub to everybody, those that have channels. Give them some support. Sub, give them a like, and watch at least one video. That would be great. And, of course, have a great day. Have a great day. And be certain to be not afraid of no ghost. Oh, wait, I ain't afraid of no ghost.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah, we aren't afraid of no ghosts here. Not at all. Have a good one.
We got the Holy Ghost.
There you are. I pressed the wrong button. Oh gosh. Yeah, okay, here we go.